Hey, what's up everybody? So in the previous video we have discussed about uh, what is Flask, Docker, GitLab, Jenkins, and we are doing a series of videos on deployment of NLP model with the help of Docker to make a end-to-end integration with the help of CI/CD pipeline. And the first video we have discussed about what are the different tools that we're going to use to make our pipeline, what is Flask, Docker, GitLab, Jenkins, how to install it, how to configure it. And after that we have understood how to write Python scripts on Flask to make an API, web API on browser. We'll just type any type of message and throw the message. If you type predict button, it will give us whether that particular tweet is negative or positive. So that we have done the similar implementation with the help of Docker. So how to write the Docker file, what is Docker images, what is container, run in the container. It is giving the same type of output as we have observed through our local system. And after that, this video is all about the making of end-to-end connecting all the dots to make a pipeline. And we'll push our repository into the source code manager called GitLab. That is the enterprise. Mostly the companies are following GitLab because it's give us many feature, the total DevOps tool that GitLab is giving us. And we will understand that end-to-end pipeline is actually pipeline. It means getting the code, cloning it, and after that dockerizing it, means running the Docker, forming an image, building an image, and after that run the container, and after that test. These are all the pipeline that we can make the pipeline with the help of Jenkins. So this is all the end-to-end integration we'll do in this video. Okay, so first of all, open your virtual box, and in the virtual box just open your any web browser, and we will access that to our virtual box with the help of PuTTY. So the configuration, how to do that, is given in the link on the description on the first video. Go and check it out, how to configure everything. And I will give some password. So this is the password, and after that just first of all, if the Jenkins is running on some server, let's open our Jenkins server and also our GitLab. So I have given username, password, admin. So the Jenkins UI, you have you can see that's new item. You can see people, build history, manage Jenkins. All that options are given for our work. We have new item and manage Jenkins. First click manage Jenkins and go to manage plugins, and after that go to available, and just in this just try to search GitLab, hit enter. It will show you available, if that GitLab is available or not. It's still loading, and after that here you can see if the GitLab is available. In my case I was already installed in it, so you can see that if I just press GitLab, it will show me GitLab plugin. This is a GitLab plugin, and generic webhook trigger plugin. This is two plugin that we need to be installed. Okay, that we have installed through our manage plugins option, and we can uninstall it. So if we have uninstall button, it means we have installed it externally through these available packages. Okay, after installing it, just restart your Jenkins, and it means your GitLab plugins are available. And this is the GitLab UI. To open the GitLab UI, just if you know we are using Docker container, so here the GitLab is running. Okay, so how to run the GitLab, sudo docker run and giving the port of 80. We are connecting, bridging the port 80 to 80, 443 to 443, to 2200 to 22. Okay, so that is also given into the link in the description of the first video, how to configure, how to run that GitLab community edition. Okay, so whenever you open it, it will take some time to open, fully configure. You can see the logs with the help of sudo docker logs, and after that 51 C9. If I hit enter, it will show me all the logs are available, which is given by this particular GitLab container. Okay, so there are a lot of logs. Okay, so just clear the output, and in the first, if you just open your UI, it will take some time. After opening it, it will prompt you for given first password that you have to give, that is the root password, and after that, after giving the password, you have to remember it. After that, this screen will open. You can register any user. Okay, so why GitLab is useful? Because in enterprise there are a lot more of developers and maintainers. Okay, so if developer will develop something, it will merge, but it doesn't have the access to delete the particular repository. It only a root user, or in a GitLab word, it's said as a maintainer. So maintainer will maintain all the repository. It will merge the changes. It will just delete the repository. You can name it. You can change any type of settings, and developer or a guest user can only push some changes, can only do some depending upon the given permission. So that all we can manage with the help of this GitLab. Is a complete DevOps tool. CI/CD pipeline is also available. You can integrate it with Kubernetes also. So that is a container orchestration system by Google. So first of all, that default is the root access, because we are using it GitLab, so we have root access. So after that, the password which we have given in the first session, that you have to apply. Now the root directory will get open. Okay, so we already have created one of that our repository. So we just want to delete it, so that you can just learn. So to delete it, you just need to go to general and then advanced, and just remove, and I'll write NLP model deployment. Okay, and after confirm it, so it will delete your repository. Hit the refresh, and we'll create a fresh repository, or just my NLP model. Okay, so NLP Sentiment Analysis. Make it as a public repository, because it will be helpful for integration with Jenkins. There's all configuration given to you. You can just go and check it out, and you don't have to clone from here, because it will give you container ID, because we are running inside the container. It will copy this repository link, and we go to our document. So just check, we already have a deployment of NLP model. This is our repository. That repository we want to push. Okay, so if you just check that git version, git remote -v, so it already have one GitLab fetch and push remote repository, remote URL, so that we want to remove it. So for that, you need to do sudo git remote remove origin, because the remote name is origin. So after that, just check, there is nothing. Now we will use git remote add origin, and after that pasting that okay, what was the problem? Okay, so okay, we need to copy it again. There is some problem, it's showing whether it copies or not. Yeah, it's got copied. Git, okay, we'll copy it again, and so now we'll just check. So we have added it. Now just check git status. There is some Jenkins file. Okay, so if you just check it, there previously it contains a Jenkins file. What is Jenkins file? Just like we have created Docker file to building our image, to run our Jenkins pipeline, there is some set of commands that we need to run. Okay, so the first step, what a Jenkins will do, or second step, what Jenkins will do. Okay, so this is a series of commands that we needed in a particular file that is called Jenkins file. Okay, so that Jenkins file we needed to make. Before making a pipeline, we just click a new item. Okay, so that we have added. Let's we commit it. Okay, git commit hyphen first add it, then git commit, access denied, so use sudo, and after that we will use sudo git push origin master. So this is that name of your GitLab username, and after that password. So it pushed changes everything. If you just refresh your page, you'll get your the actual file here. Okay, so just we want to clone it, and we want to build this check if there is some error or not. So just we don't want to check any error, we just clone it and just check how the Jenkins is performing. So just simple build. Okay, just make a freestyle project. This is actually freestyle project pipeline actually we want to deal with it, but freestyle project is actually that under the hood you'll get by default. So it is not for the complex type of application building and making a pipeline, but it's actually only build your particular software application. Okay, so just click OK. So it will open for us a configuration file that we need to configure. So which Git repository we have, so just copy it and paste. Since this doesn't have any this is not a private repository, it will not ask us credentials. Okay, and after that there is some webhook build trigger that we will configure it after it, that will come after. And after that you can execute some shell. So just type who am I. Okay, just save it and just build. So it will take some time, and yes, this something is running, something have performed. Now here if you can just check the console log, so that Jenkins is gone to my URL and it fetched the code, and it's showing the commit message, and after that it will show who am I, it's a Jenkins user. So build is finished. So if you just go to your project and your workspace, here you can see that all the file available to you. You can just check requirement.exe flask nltk. That is our same file which we have stored here. It means Jenkins is able to connect with our GitLab. Okay, so far so good. Now we will want to make a Jenkins pipeline. How to do that? For that we want to create some Jenkins file. Okay, so for that what we will do, we will try to create some Jenkins file. So it just let I open an actual UI. Okay, so go to your document where I've stored this and just create some file. Okay, so here just okay, Jenkins file. Now enter anything like pipeline and just save it so that it's get reflected here. So it's a Jenkins file. Now this is the Jenkins file. Now we have to write the Jenkins file actually how our Jenkins file used to we have to write the Jenkins file. So to write the Jenkins file is a very straightforward process. You just open your editor and just type agent any, and so what I will do is we'll just push the changes into our GitLab and just check. We will edit from the GitLab itself. Okay, so git status, if you check, there is Jenkins file, git add, after that git commit, some commit message, and after that git push origin master, so if you just check here, we will have Jenkins file. Okay, so just edit it from here. So Jenkins also give you some good editing environment to edit your file. Now here agent is equal to any, agent any, and after that stages. So generally for given different pipeline we have different stages. Okay, so under the stages we will type our first stage. So the first one is the clone repository. Okay, you can also write some comments also. So cloning the repository to our workspace, and after that there is a called steps. So in the steps you can write the shell or whatever the command that you can pass and tell the Jenkins user to implement it. Okay, I will go for git checkout source code management. It's SCM, stands for source code management. It will just clone our repository and just close it. Now after that there is stage of called build the image. Build image, and there is called steps, and you can also pass some shell script here. So sudo docker build -t, and what you want to give the name of our build. So if you can just check that we want to give some, like for example, my NLP model version 1 and the present directory. So it will execute the same thing which you were doing in your system. Okay, sudo docker build -t is mean tag, and this will tag it will give, and the dot operator is for the current directory the docker file is present. And after that there is a stage called run image, and in this what I will do steps, shell command sudo docker run, and that is run in background. Name is my NLP model, and just write NLP model, and the image that we want to use, that is my NLP model version 1. That's it. And after that again close this stage. The last stage is the testing. So the testing, we're not going to give you some complicated some testing steps, just here testing some echo command. Okay, so echo and testing, and okay, and after that we'll close this. Okay, so let's see if this works. So after that we will update our Jenkins file, click the changes. So here if I have shown you, okay, who am I, the Jenkins file. Okay, so our pipeline have been created. Now if you go to your project and Jenkins and hit new item, pipeline, and build pipeline. Okay, so the name I've already given to it, so hit OK. It will open the configuration file as usual, and here you can see pipeline script from SCM. Now source code management is your Git, and just go to your repository, and after that copy, and after paste it, it will check they don't have to use any credentials. It will automatically check whether it contains Jenkins file. So we have contained the Jenkins file. Apply, save it, and build it. Just let's check if that our build Jenkins file is correct. So something is running, so it automatically detected that there are several steps involving. Now clone the repository. You can just directly see the logs. It have cloned that repository, and building the image, the actual building like docker build, and after running it and downloading all the packages, it is running that downloading steps that is written inside the docker file, and you can check that console output, everything is running here. So step 6, now it will download that punked package inside that NLTK module. So it will take some time, about few minutes. Yeah, so it will tag that our image, it will run that our image. Now it is showing testing and build finished. Okay, so if you go to our system and just check sudo docker ps, something is running here. All right, sometime Jenkins will show you error for directly using Jenkins file. Inside the Jenkins file we are using the sudo command. Okay, so actually the first thing that I show you here in simple build, that in console log, who am I? So this is user is Jenkins, so Jenkins might not have that permission of sudo to run the docker, so in that case it will throw an error. For that we need to use sudo vi sudo, and it will open this file. Under the very last you have to write your username, and after that all equal to bracket, all bracket close, and no password, passwd colon all. Similarly for Jenkins file you have to write it like this. Come out of it by control plus x, command control plus x, and just hit y. This is the simple step for making change in nano files and nano editor. And if you just sudo docker ps, or just write image ls, so you can see that this is the image that we have created about a minute ago, but it will not prompt you for the password. Similarly Jenkins user will not going to prompt you for the password. Okay, so this how you will have to make these changes so that Jenkins user can do. Still, if Jenkins user prompt you for error, what you need to do is to, there is already a user group of docker have been created. So what you should do is sudo user mode -a g docker, and after that Jenkins. So it will put a Jenkins user and add it to the docker user group. Okay, so in that way Jenkins will have like all the access to run the docker command. Okay, so this is a small thing that you need to care of it. And after that our build is getting successfully running. Okay, so let me just stop it. Okay, so sudo docker container stop, that is container name is this. Just stopping the container, it will take about few seconds to stop the container. Okay, so our container have been stopped. So we want that if automatically build get generated if something we want to push here. Okay, how to do that? So for it we want to go configure of Jenkins. We want to create a handshake. So build trigger, build when change is pushed to GitLab. So this is the some changes at what event something build got occur. Push event, yes, an open merge request, and if you want to go for this option, accepted merge request event or close merge request event, check it, but mostly people they are using already by default have been checked. Now copy this webhook URL, click apply and save, and that webhook URL we need to integrate with our repository. Paste it. Now come here, add a webhook. Now it will show you URL is blocked. It is because we are using, actually this is our URL. Either we use this IP address or localhost, it will show you the same URL problem, because GitLab have been designed like so. So we need to tell GitLab, hey, you don't have to bother about this URL. I truly believe this local IP addresses. So for that we need to go to this admin area. So actually I have already logged in through root user. Only root user can see this admin area. Go to setting and setting in networks, and in the network click outbound port and just check this allow request to the local network from webhook and services, and click save changes. Again go to your projects. Okay, so go to your projects and go to integrations, and now if I paste here, you don't have to enable SS verification. Add webhook. So webhook have been added here successfully. Now for testing you can just click push event. Now it's showing hook executed successfully but return HTTP 403. It's because that in Jenkins, if you go to manage Jenkins, configure system, while installing GitLab, it will authenticate your GitLab here. GitLab enable authentication for project. You would have to unselect it and click apply and save, and go to your build pipeline, and after that again click the push event, and after it will give hook execute successfully. Now here it's showing some pending. So pending, it means that something have been generated by admin. Now go to this console output. So here you can see that the build is getting created. Okay, so it's showing failure because some conflicted have been arrived. That particular NLP mod is already used by container this. Okay, so we need to just remove this container. So sudo docker remove container, remove this. So okay, the container is already used by container. This you have to remove or remove the container to be able to reuse it. So you have already have been given to this one. Okay, so just try to run this. We will try to run from here. Okay, so make some changes in readme file, edit it, and just take docker testing and click commit changes. Now something have been changed in our repo. Now again go to build pipeline. Now here, so here the build automatically get created, so it will take some time to reflect the changes. So here we are. So let hope so everything works fine. So it will build the container, it will download, it will build the image, it will download all the repository if it's already available, and after that it will install all the packages. So here we can see that it had already started and run the Docker container at background. So go and just see sudo docker ps. So what we have done, we have created a container. Now this container is running here, and it's running in 400. So build get automatically get created, but there's something that we have created a problem, because in Jenkins file, okay, so the port we haven't given it. So if you just give the port, let's edit it, and we can give the port also 5000 4000. all right, update Jenkins. Some build should get created here. Okay, here the actual build is created. I'll just check the logs file if everything goes well. So here you can see that Docker have run it successfully at some IP 5000. Now if you go some 192 and just check 5000, okay, so here it's running right now. It will take some time to just open your port. So here you can just see, so this is running on 5000. So here if you can just say, hi, how are you? So predict it, it will give is a positive comment. So no, let's see, it's a negative comment. So whatever you write, so depending upon the accuracy of model, it will give you output. So we have gone through each of the process. We have running the Flask, we have container as a Docker, we have put into GitLab and the Jenkins. So each one of the see with the help of the given pipeline here is in there. Check out, clone the repo, build, run the image, and the testing phase. So this is all about CI/CD pipeline. So in every company they used to do such like that. So there's some difference, but basic steps will remain the same. So that is all about the GitLab, Jenkins. This code is available on my GitHub account, Jenkins file also. Go and check it out and just comment out what you like about this video. If there is any problem, you can just tell me, and please subscribe my channel and share this video to whoever people want to learn about that machine learning or some data science or some CI/CD pipeline, Docker, GitLab. More videos are coming, guys, so thank you so much for all the support. Keep watching. Thank you so much.